Hello, guys, and welcome
I'm
to
good.
JO3 Afterdark
Motherfuck.
Episode 2.
Motherfuck. No. I'm cutting all this out. Alright. Just gonna deafen. Fuck you. No. You know what? No, I'm leaving it in. That's how it's gonna start. Welcome to the Welcome to the second episode of JO3 Afterdark. I'm your host, JO3 or Joe. For some people, even though that's not what it stands for, but it's become a meme already, so I can't really stop it. We got the man that became the first guest on the Great Goten show, and now he's also the first guest on JO3 Afterdark. It's Justin. He's
I'm
here.
back.
Yeah, he's back. It's not like an interview type one like the TGGS. You can go watch that. Link will probably be on screen or script
No,
description
I'm
or
stealing
something.
that idea.
yeah, of course. No, I'll do one in future, but I was gonna do like a sort of drama roundup sort of thing of stuff I wanted to talk about. So that's what we're gonna
Yeah,
be
we can
doing,
throw
and
that.
then Justin was like, "Hey, I'll be on."
Yeah, I
And I
just
was
kind of
like,
forced my way in here.
"Hey, that's better, because then there's two people."
Indeed.
Yeah. So I got six things. We're saving for the wrestling for the end. We won't go on an hour about wrestling this time, probably.
Not again.
We're gonna talk about. I got like biggest stories / drama stuff first. Then just as we go through, it'll be less drama stuff. First off, the Dream Speedrun debacle. Everyone's favorite thing to talk about. Cue Dream Stands dislike bombing this video. If they get this far, they probably already disliked and left.
I've already disliked, and we haven't even started yet.
Nice. Yeah. So basically, Dream tweeted. It was kind of weirded, or like worded weirdly, but the second tweet basically, I don't know if it was trying to quote or whatever. He basically says, yeah, the odds were directly or indirectly, or could have been directly or indirectly changed, I guess, was the way to word it. I don't know. I'll flash the tweet up on screen because I'll do one edit for this, and it'll be this because I'm lazy. And yeah, I'll throw it up on screen just because we're only 2 minutes in, so I can do a thing. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I don't think he actually. I mean, let's get this out of the way. I don't think he actually necessarily cheated. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I kind of remain neutral in that situation. Although I definitely leaned towards him doing it at first because his video didn't really make sense. It was really just mine. These are actual numbers, and then I was like, okay. And then
even the actual numbers are still pretty
inconceivable. It was like 1 in 10 million. He said. Then he came out and said part of the thread was his numbers. I think he said the dude's numbers were either off, or they claimed that they were off and they weren't, or something like that. I don't know. You can look at the thread for yourself. It's been a couple of days since I've cared. It'll be like a week since it's sort of dropped by the time this comes out, but that's fine. Because this is a roundup of stuff. Yeah, I'll probably do these every couple episodes just to talk about drama and shit. Or whenever I'm by myself or Justin just kind of sits here and is like, hey, I want to be on. And I'm like, hey, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just. I just wanted to bring it up. If you think he cheated, cool. If you think he didn't, cool.
I don't know.
If you're
I saw some people saying that he may be unintentionally cheated since he does code.
That is true.
Maybe for like a manhunt or something. Maybe he modified drop rates that way.
Maybe.
The manhunt doesn't take hours.
That is possible.
To film
for sure.
And then he just didn't change it back.
That's possible.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion either way.
Yeah, I don't really care I don't really care if you have an opinion. Cool, we leave it in comments if you want. Unless you're a Dream stan, like an actual stan, not just I'm Dream stan.
Like getting a tattoo of Dream or something like
or
that.
carving into Dream's face into your arm. Yeah, this is After Dark.
Weird.
That we don't censor things here unless I have to. But yeah. Moving on from that though, let's talk about the thing that broke me at first. The CallMeCarson situation, which sucked ass. It was very unfortunate because CallMeCarson was one of the main inspirations for my shitty humor. That was so shitty it was sometimes funny.
Really?
Yeah, basically. Part of Unfunny Inc. What do you expect?
Exactly.
Yeah. Basically, if for anyone who is unaware,
anyone who's lived under a rock.
Yeah, if like 2 weeks, actually, well, like a week.
Yeah.
It's just 2021's actually, it's felt long, uh, and it's only the 9th. I keep thinking it's like end of January already. It's weird.
I wish.
I don't wish. Well, I both do and don't, because by end of January we'll probably be back. Well, actually, no, it's probably better than remote. Maybe, I don't know. Our county's kind of fucked. The statewide thing is they want to send it back by the 19th, which yeah, that'll be before this. Um, but I don't know if that's going to be true for our county. Our county's kind of fucked right now. A lot of counties are in the red actually still, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know we live in West
Oh,
Virginia,
good.
so I don't. As long as I don't bring anything specific to our like to a county, we're fine. I won't dox
Every
you.
county's in the
I'll
red.
dox myself. That is. I mean, I think it actually is accurate. I think there might be
It's
one.
pretty close to that.
Yeah, there's like one or two that aren't, and they're like orange or some shit. They kept making colors, but yeah, that might hinder podcast. It might not. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, back to the Call Me Carson stuff. We like to rant a lot and get off topic. They came out by it was originally Travis and Noah on
Yep.
Drama Alert. Got it right, yeah. And then eventually some chick came out the same night, which don't get me wrong, Keemstar's not the greatest person to go to for news, but at the same time, why he dramatizes. Is that the word? Something like that. He's very dramatic when it comes to his news sometimes. And sometimes rushes stuff out. This one quickly just got worse and worse for Carson. Some chick came out who was 17 and he was 19 at the time, which on paper isn't bad. And even in the messages that the chick shows, it's weird, but not necessarily illegal until Carson admitted in his own Discord, which is now deleted as far as I'm aware, or still on lockdown. I can't remember which. He basically admitted that they exchanged pictures, which is what makes it a felony. That's possession of child pornography.
Yep.
So that's fun. Yeah. So, and then after that, Slime Circle Charlie made a statement. I think was the next one. Joss just tweeted his displeasure. I don't think he made a full-on statement. Then Schlatt made a video, which just wasn't
kind of. Yeah.
nail in a coffin there. And then Ted eventually responded, as far as I'm aware. I haven't read his full response, but I know he posted one. So it just isn't good. And then some other chick came out when she was 17 and Carson was 20. So
Yeah, there was a YouTube video that came out like 2 days ago now, I think.
something like
And
that.
it's an hour long, and it deals with one of the girls' experience with Carson.
Also,
I haven't watched it.
for context, anyone listening, we're recording this Saturday night, so and it's going out Tuesday. So some of the dates will be a bit off, but that's fine. Yeah, so it's just not looking good. It really does suck because CallMeCarson was one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. Unsubbing was unfortunate. I'm interested to see how much he's lost and the rates at which he
I'm already
lost.
on YouTube.
Because I'm curious. I am curious. But last time I checked, which was a couple days ago, he had lost over 100,000 on his main, and like close to 100,000 on his CallMeCarson live. So I figure it's probably slowed down because less stuff going on with the situation. A lot of other things going on. So
Probably.
I would assume.
On his main, he's on 3.11 mil.
I'm not sure how much he's lost on. Either way, it's a lot and it sucks. I think I don't see a way. If it was just everything that came out the first day, I could see a way he'd maybe find a way out of this. But as time went on, I don't think so. He's gonna be flipping burgers.
Maybe not even that.
Maybe not. No, he might be facing a felony.
Yeah, I hope he saved his money.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared and saying this shouldn't have happened because now he's gonna take his own life. But like at the same time, he shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So this is After Dark. I'm speaking my mind. For anyone that's a little what's the word for it? You're sensitive to certain topics. On this podcast, the one rule is I'll speak about anything. That as long as it won't get me like taken down on YouTube. I don't have to worry about demonetization. I'm not monetized anyway, so that I'm not worried about right now.
He's lost 170,000 subs in the last 30 days on his main channel.
Shit. All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I'm interested to see if he does respond. But yeah, if he for people that saying that's the excuse, and for the people who are still trying to defend it, if you don't know all the information, I could understand trying to defend it. But once you realize he's exchanged photos, that made it a felony and made it wrong. Before
It's
then, it was
like,
just kind of weird. The messages were
yeah.
weird, but
And it's not even just um that the girl was like underage because they were close
right,
in age. It's the
right.
power
Yeah,
position
so
that
the
he
power
has. Or,
dynamic, yeah.
yeah, because obviously these girls were like fans who probably looked up to Carson, same
Mhm.
as many others did, including yourself.
Mhm.
So that gives him some sort of like power to manipulate the girls into doing something
Yeah.
they don't really want to do, and that's where the grooming allegations sort of
Yeah.
come into it.
Yeah. I've done commentary videos, by the way, for anyone that's like, oh, you did a video on this and released it immediately for views. No, I was trying to sleep. I would have missed that or
Yeah,
beginning like few thing, and
he
then
was
Harpo sent it to
about
me
to go to
in a
sleep.
group chat. I was trying to sleep, then I see, oh, well, Carson's a pedo in our group
Yeah,
chat. So I did the research and was up all night, made that video, and I was actually none of that was like acting. I was just kind of down in that video because I was. It sucked making, but it's a topic I wanted to speak on. I don't. I tried. I'm trying not to do sort of commentary too often because I want to focus on like gaming and shit in this podcast. But at the same time, a subject like that, I'm gonna speak my mind on. Essentially, I know that the easy way to grow would be to do only commentary. I could probably have 1,000 subs and be monetized if I did nothing but commentary and uploaded every single day commentary videos. But I don't really want to take the easy route.
it's not fun.
That would burn me out. I did that 3 months for AA and I was burned out at the end. Uploading
Yeah,
almost every day and just commentary and shit. Grew the channel a lot, but I'm good. So yeah, moving on from that, the one thing I'll briefly mention because I know people are gonna say in the comments, Riot's bad. Okay, anyways, we're not getting political
yeah.
here.
Moving on.
I wanted to say that because the next thing was the the
Sort of
reasoning behind
related.
it was sort of political, but Twitch removing the original PogChamp, that one, yeah. Which, by the way, if
Yeah,
you have Twitch Prime, my emote right now is the original PogChamp.
can confirm.
Yeah. Drop your Twitch Primes, you know. Anyways, moving on from that, I'm actually, well, I mean, the moment I get that check, I'm buying a new mic, because the HyperX Quadcast is good and all, but I want one that'll actually that comes with the piece and its own boom arm and shit. I want to have a bit more professional of a setup. Quadcast is fine for what I use it for, but I just want it to look, set up to look a bit better.
Hmm.
Any money I make from Twitch or YouTube right now is going right back into my setup and stuff, so which isn't a lot. I just wanted to clarify that. But yeah, Twitch removed the original PogChamp because the person behind it, which I didn't even know the name of till they said something. So
Yeah,
yeah, he basically said something in favor of the Capitol Hill riots. We won't get into that. Like I said, not going to get political here. That's the one thing I don't do. So yeah.
I don't think it would have been a problem if they didn't bring it up.
Oh
I feel
no,
like they just created a problem for themselves. It didn't need to be a problem.
they did for sure. So yeah, he tweeted some things. There was a bit of an outcry. They removed PogChamp for really no reason, and then all the variants of PogChamp were slowly removed. Pogu, Weird Champ, all those.
Yeah,
So, and now what they've decided to do isn't a bad idea in practice. It's just the reasoning behind it.
it's different.
Yeah, they're basically doing a different face every day for PogChamp. Don't know how long that's gonna last. I feel like it's gonna last like a week. Then they're just gonna have one.
See, I feel like most of the people that were like outcrying for it are just viewers of Twitch. So they don't really get it as much as we do as streamers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I understand why they did it, but I feel like at the same time the situation could have been avoided because nobody knew who the hell that guy
I
is.
feel like a lot of the streamers just didn't care. Like look at Tommy or Cubbo. They didn't
They
seem to
don't
care. They
care.
just seemed sad that it was gone, really.
Yeah, no, I don't really care. freedom of speech exists. I don't care if I don't agree with everything people tweet. Doesn't mean I wouldn't use a pog emote or whatever face emote.
Yeah.
It's an emote. It should be separate from the person. It's an emote on Twitch that's been there for years and is the most used emote. But it's fine, I guess. I mean, it was bound. Something was stupid was bound to happen eventually that would see the removal of PogChamp. Twitch has been doing a lot of fuck ups lately, so I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
2020, end of 2020 and 2021 has been weird when Twitch has fucked up more than YouTube.
Yeah. Pretty rare.
When YouTube's not fucking something up, the world's been
YouTube
fucked.
hasn't really said anything though.
That's true.
They've been pretty radio silent for the past
Probably for the best.
couple months. Probably.
Yeah. So yeah, I could speak on the simp incel virgin dilemma, but I already have on stream. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, the old lady that I already texted. I'm not editing this out. Fuck, I think I'm editing. Anything.
This is tragic.
Yeah. So it's fine. It is fine. Where was I at? Oh yeah, Beast, Mr. Beast. Change the topic to we'll get a bit more lighthearted for a bit here. Mr. Beast is starting his own sort of Bitcoin type currency apparently, and if he doesn't call it Beast Coin, I'll be very upset.
Jimmy Coin.
Jim Coin, Jimbo Coin.
Jimbo.
Yeah, as long as it's not Carl Coin or some stupid shit.
I'm really interested to see what it's gonna open at on like the stock market.
Oh yeah, I am too. That's a big thing.
I think it's either just gonna like not go good at all, or it's gonna open up like really big.
Right. This is the same guy
thousands.
that randomly just opened up like 300 stores. Well, worked of 300 stores and opened like a couple, which is still insane. Yeah. Just randomly, and it's the guy that today bought everything from 5 stores. I haven't got to watch the video yet, but that's wild. The guy that does all these insane videos, he's going to be the biggest YouTuber. He's outgrowing everyone.
He's ever set to take over PewDiePie in the next couple
for
years.
Sure. Yeah. If he keeps at the rate he's going, it could very well be like by the end of this year, especially if he does some crazy stuff. Yeah. Maybe next year. It's insane.
It's crazy because like I'm so desensitized to him just like spending a bunch of money, because I got to the end of the video and I like calculated how much he spent. It's like that's not even that much. It was like, I don't know, I want to say $300,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of money, but Beast.
Yeah, well, he tweeted out most of his main channel videos he's running out of negative now because he's funneling in the money from all the separate channels. Which the fact that he has like a big enough team to do like 5 channels, uploading a couple times a week on pretty much all of them, and having all these things set up, and wants to set up like food shelters and stuff. Beast is seems like such a cool ass person, and he has the money. He's set a new sort of standard. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for YouTube. He has a style that can't be repeated really easily. No. You can try to do it. No one has the money for one. Yeah, you can try Morgs. I forgot that name until now. Haven't heard of him in like 2 years since he started copying Beast. But yeah, the fact that he started with the worst intros to him spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on videos is insane. It's wild.
Yeah. The only thing I could see happening that like really hurts him is sort of like what happened to Smosh, where he just gets too removed from his own content because he's focused on bigger things.
It's possible. But he seems to be smart enough when it comes to content and stuff. I think as long as he plays his cards right. I think the biggest issue with Smosh is is sort of corporate. They sold Smosh.
Yeah.
And were fucked over in the process. I think that's what fucked Smosh over in the end. Became too corporate. I think if Beast
they stopped making content.
Yeah. I think if Beast keeps as long as he keeps enjoying what he's doing what he's doing and wants to do it, and doesn't get sort of too corporate, I think he'll be fine. I think he keeps the style he does.
He has a lot on his plate.
That is true. Yeah, 100%. I think
like the restaurants, especially with some of the controversies that's been coming up with his food.
Right.
because there's been pretty mixed reviews about it.
Well, he can't really control all of that. He can control
No,
the one in his hometown, really. That's really the only one you can argue he controls. Because most of them
yeah,
aren't even, like, his stores. He's working with
hmm
other stores. So I'm not going to hold that against one dude. He's one guy. He
yeah,
That's doing all these things for people and creating insane content.
hmm
Yeah.
People still hate on him too. I
Oh,
don't
of
understand
course.
how.
They'll hate on anybody. It doesn't matter what they do. Yeah, no. Beast has set an insane standard for YouTube. He is
Really has.
the he gets more views than any other YouTuber, I believe, and that's insane. He gets like 20 to
He
30 million on every video,
he's kind of
minimum.
screwed every other YouTuber because it's like you gotta put up money now for the video to get views.
For the most
Like
part, yeah,
if it's some sort of challenge or anything, you have to put
yeah. You
money on
had
the
to put
line, and
money.
it has
Yeah,
to be quite money.
yeah.
Like I was watching a Ludwig video
Mm,
with is like recreating Pokemon from memory,
right.
and J-Wits. I don't know if you know him, really old Pokemon card YouTuber.
I know who it is. Yeah.
He was like, well, back when I was like big in YouTube, when we did competitions, we just compete for like, I don't know, like what's the word?
Fun,
Ah,
or
no, not
for
fun.
like different
Bragging rights. They
bragging
would compete
rights.
for bragging
Yeah,
rights over the others, but now it's like you gotta put money on the line now.
you have
It's
to. Yeah,
just,
if you want people to be involved and to get views.
yeah. And that's just the truth, and I feel part of it is because of Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I would say so as well,
Because he really
for
sort of
sure.
innovated the platform in that
He
way.
has. Both in good and bad ways. There are a couple negatives to Beast's insane rise. Like you said, you have to put money on the line for things like that. One good thing that's come out of it, a lot of people, even if it's copying Beast, have begun like doing, donating a certain amount of money to small streamers. It helps a lot of
Yeah.
smaller streamers make some money. And gets us some shout outs and stuff. I know specifically YouTubers I've watched have done videos, even if it's a one time, like one off, where they
hmm
give money to streamers and stuff or the fans or whatever,
Uh,
which is nice to see. You always got to get back to your community when you can, for
yeah.
sure. It's awesome, and Beast has done a lot of things for subscribers. I don't know how he checks subs. I don't know if they have some sort of software or what, or if he actually just goes through like comments or something.
I'd presume they just do like a random number generator, and then they like click the comment and see if they're subbed.
I
I
suppose
presume.
probably something like that. Yeah, and either way, he does a lot of things with subs. He flies a lot of subs out.
Yeah.
Just saying, Mr. Beast. I'll do a challenge. I don't. I have a
You'll
lot of. I
lose,
have an
but it's
open
okay.
schedule. I'll come do a challenge. Probably if it's anything physical, probably. If it's something else, maybe not. I can sit in a circle for 24 hours. Don't tempt me. I might nap the whole time, but I could do it.
Speaking of Mr. Beast and subscriber challenges, he has that whole like keep your finger on like the phone
Oh yeah, don't take your finger
thing
off
that
or
was
whatever.
supposed to come out.
Yeah,
Like the challenge was supposed to
and
be
then the
like
servers
this
got
month, and then it got,
fucked.
yeah,
Yeah,
pushed back.
yeah, it's insane.
It's
It's insane.
he's doing a lot.
Yeah,
It's he's not someone that you really grow um, away from watching either,
not really. I mean, you might have
because he
certain
doesn't.
there might be certain videos that you don't really get interested in, but then the next
Yeah,
video will come back in.
he doesn't post often enough to really let you burn out on his content.
Oh yeah, no, he'll post like once or twice a week, and I think that's a perfect amount for him on each of his channels.
Yeah,
I mean, the Beast gaming stuff can sometimes feel repetitive, but he's giving 100 people in most of the videos chances to earn
hmm
a lot of money. And a lot of people
yeah,
under the age of 18 have been able to win and get either really cool things or a ton of money. That could help them.
yeah.
So that'd be awesome. Also, I've tried to compete in a Beast Challenge also, by the way, Beast Gaming. Mr. Beast, no.
Um, I feel like there's something else that's changed on YouTube, like in the past couple years, is that it switched from like you have to do daily content to just creating more quality content that will engage your
yeah,
subscribers.
keeping a schedule
Because
you
that's what
can
it's about
keep per
nowadays.
se, and then, yeah, making high quality content. You can,
It's not really about like
you
the
kind of
algorithm sort of changed.
Yeah, you have to. As long as you're consistent, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's weekly, monthly, whatever. There's people who upload yearly and get like millions of views on each video because they're really good videos. What's his name? What's his name? He does like hours of long documentaries on like games. He did one on Fallout 4 that keeps popping up in my recommended.
Hmm.
It's like Joseph. I think Joseph Anderson or something. It has like a 2 hour long Fallout 4 video where he like just deciphers everything, sort of dissects the game, um, and talks about the positives and negatives of it. It has like 5 million views. He uploads like a couple times a year. These massive documentaries, sort of. So it's insane. That stuff like
Yeah.
that can happen now and
It's
still be
just
successful.
yeah, the algorithms changed basically from what it used to be, where you had to upload daily to really sustain any sort of buzz. Where now you see people like Dream or Wilbur or just I don't know, Dream SMP is just a different beast in its own right. But I'll stick with Dream because he doesn't upload Dream SMP, where he only uploads like once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks at
Now,
most.
yeah, he used to upload weekly, it seemed, but now he's kind of
Yeah,
doing less.
and his videos don't fall in the view category.
Yeah, no. As long as you have high quality, consistent content in some way, you're fine now.
Yeah.
Well, what for the most part, you're kind of stuck. The way you grow on YouTube now
Um,
is you get one viral video, then you explode for a bit.
I feel like
Until
that's
then, you
another
kind of have to
thing.
keep grinding. But
I feel like a part of it is people are staying active in different ways. Like
right,
it used to just be that they were just posting daily, but now it's like, well, I can post weekly or bi-weekly, but if I appear on someone else's channel, that keeps my name relevant and it keeps
right.
my channel growing,
Or they'll use other platforms as well.
like Twitch.
Yeah. TikTok's the one you cringe at, but honestly, it's the easiest social media to grow on because
Yeah.
it'll push really anything if it
Yeah,
gets
it'll
enough
push
views.
anyone
Yeah,
as long as it gets the engagements.
yeah, yeah. So that's the easiest platform to grow on. So if you have really good clips or whatever, you post it on TikTok. There's a high chance some of those people come over to your Twitch or your YouTube or whatever you make content on.
Yep.
So yeah, it's things have changed a lot in
It's
the
an
last couple of
interesting
years
time
for
in
content.
the
Yeah, for
YouTube
sure.
scene.
It's interesting to see. You gotta, 2021 will be interesting as well. Wonder if they'll even do a YouTube rewind, but probably not.
Probably
Uh,
not.
probably not. They're
Hmm.
probably done with YouTube rewind. I wouldn't blame them.
I wouldn't blame them either.
No,
They can't seem to please anyone,
not anymore. No.
but I feel like that's just part of it. Um,
Yeah.
like as Beast said in he's like people need something to like cringe at,
Yeah.
and Rewind just sort of fit that role. And I feel like what was wrong with 2018 is that it wasn't cringe; it was just bad.
Well, not only that, it didn't actually represent what happened on YouTube that year. It was a bunch of celebrities with a few YouTubers who nobody either heard of or hadn't heard of in years, for the
Yeah,
most part.
like Casey Neistat was there,
Yeah,
and
like
like
ninety
Casey's a
percent of it.
big YouTuber, but he didn't do anything in 2018,
Nothing that's like
truly.
sort of memorable per se. Like 90, that's like 95% of it. And
Yeah.
then the top 10 list that was 2019, and then no rewind last year. So who knows? Um, yeah, the rewind since like 2013, I think I would say, or 14 was the last one that was really fun to make fun of, but also fun to watch.
Yeah.
So it lost its sort of humbleness, which is something that could
It
happen to Beast, arguably, and other people. It has
yeah,
happened to
they
multiple
started
people.
appealing to more of a mainstream audience
Yeah,
compared to the people that actually watch YouTube like
yeah,
on a consistent basis.
yeah, for sure. And that's also when celebrities started flooding the platform and getting pushed immediately around the same time. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's unfortunate. But moving away from that, we talked about YouTube for a bit. We talked about Twitch for a bit. Now let's move to the wrestling. Everyone loves wrestling. Oh
Indeed.
boy, we actually don't have a whole lot lined up. We're gonna talk about the big news story right now in wrestling, and then we'll talk about SmackDown, which will be like 5 days old by the time this goes up. But that's fine.
Hmm.
It's fine. But yeah, Jay
Fine.
White, his contract's expiring at the end of this month for New Japan, and people are speculating that it's a 50-50 chance he stays in New Japan or goes to Dub Dub.
What if he
So
didn't? What if he went to like AEW?
that'd be hilarious.
It would be
Um,
hilarious.
I
Troll people.
personally, I don't see why he wouldn't stay with New Japan unless WWE offers him like millions of dollars. I don't know what
They
he's making
could.
in New Japan. He might. I don't know. I'm sure he's one of the top guys. So I'm sure it's a fairly decent contract, but because he's won like almost every title they have. He's won all the big singles gold belts. He lost at Wrestle Kingdom, to be fair.
We
But
could
at the
talk
same
about Wrestle
time,
Kingdom.
we could mention Wrestle Kingdom. It was all right. I mean, Ibushi finally did a thing.
Yeah.
Apparently they're gonna unify the. He wants to unify the IC title into the heavyweight title, which then they're without an upper mid card belt. But like at this
Hmm.
point,
What's the point?
yeah, at this
They have
point,
so many belts anyways.
I mean, yeah, they have the U.S., the open weight, the a couple other. I think
Junior heavyweight.
they got the juniors titles, the tag titles. So like
The
they have enough
six-man tag
titles. So
titles.
like the IC titles is solid at like co-main eventer, but if they want to unify it, it'd be fair. I mean, it's basically been unified in
Hmm.
theory the last like year,
I feel
essentially.
like if they want to focus on like getting in a U.S. audience, I think making the U.S. title that sort of,
Upper mid card sort of area
yeah,
title that could
I
make
think that would
sense.
really help.
I mean, if they want to get rid of the IC, that'd fit perfectly. And if they wanted to keep the IC, literally just have Ibushi drop it, or have him
Yeah,
vacate it or something, dude, so he
it
can
wouldn't be
focus on
that
the heavyweight
difficult.
title. Exactly, and then you can have that title as well, and then just elevate the U.S. title to the same sort of area. And then there you go. You got two upper mid card titles that people can fight for. Although I think the other big issue with New Japan is they've lost a lot of their big guys. When all the elite left, it
Yeah,
felt kind of empty. You had Tanahashi, Ibushi, Okada, and like Jay White. Those were your four big
they
guys you still
lost their
had.
heavyweight championship stars. Junior heavyweight's
Basically,
doing just fine,
the
but
junior's doing fine. Takahashi's back. They have a lot of
Takahashi's
people.
back. Yeah,
Is his name Dragon
I
Lee or
feel
Ryu Lee? I don't remember.
I don't think it would be a bad idea to like bring Takahashi up.
I don't think it would either. I mean, he won the junior title again, so it would be
Takahashi's
for
a
a bit.
star.
But oh yeah,
I
for
know.
sure, he could easily be in the heavyweight title scene if he bulked up. They went up to the heavyweights. They had
Yeah.
Osprey, but you know that whole controversy of Osprey. Yeah.
Mm,
Kind of. I don't know if you want to put him as your main event guy. He would have been great
mhm.
a year ago before that
Yeah.
happened. Would have been great to put him as your like main event Gaijin besides Jay White. And Okada's kind of just been doing nothing. He's kind of been in
I
limbo
mean,
since.
he beat Osprey at Wrestle Kingdom, but that's
Yeah,
really all of note
but like
recently.
he's kind of been in limbo a bit. Well, I mean, New Japan has in general, but like it's
It's
weird.
kind of crazy because
Yeah,
they have so many really talented guys that just aren't doing anything. People like Osprey, people like Okada.
right. They put up Evil,
Just
which is nice to see. He won the main belts, but then he dropped it because and then the feud just kind of went on and sucked between him and Naito.
yeah.
Um, it seems they want to elevate Evil and like Sonata to upper mid card main eventers, which they're both talented. They could both do it. Evil's
Hmm.
now gonna have title reigns that mean nothing in his record book, but you know, he still had a decent year. I could see if Jay White does leave, I could see him usurping leadership of Bullet Club, which could be fun. I
Hmm.
don't think there's been a non-Gaijin that's run Bullet Club, which would be interesting.
I don't think there
Uh,
has either.
Gaijin, for anybody who's curious, basically a foreigner in Japan,
Yep.
basically. Uh,
They gotta get the U.S. title off Mox. That's what
yeah,
they gotta
they
do.
need give it to Kenta or give it to anybody else that
Yeah,
can
they need
show
to
up.
give it to Kenta
Give it to
because Kenta
Kenta.
isn't really. I mean, Kenta's doing things, but
Well, he's been stuck as number one contender for that title for like 6 months
I
now.
know.
Like,
Didn't he like
he put,
wasn't wasn't his match at Wrestle Kingdom to remain the number one
yeah, it was for
contender
the
for
number
the
one
title?
contender like briefcase or whatever. Yeah, and then Mox had a pre-recorded promo, so I think they want to do the match because I just literally do it. It doesn't. I don't care if it's in the States or in Japan. Get
Go
Mox
to
or
like Dubai or something.
yeah, get Kenta or Mox in the same location. Run the match. Just have it be done so Mox
Put it in
can
like the ocean on a boat.
put. Yeah, do it in international waters. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, do what you need to do. Like it's
Anyway,
just annoying. But
back to
yeah,
Jay White.
yeah, Jay White. Well, we had to bring it up because like they're losing a lot of big guys. If they lose Jay White, they really only have like Okada, Naito, Ibushi.
It's been weird seeing Jay
Oh,
White sort of
yeah.
progress
Yeah, it's
as a competitor because I remember when he first came in, and I think he won the U.S. title, I think.
Alpha Omega, yeah.
Yeah, everyone like hated him.
Nobody thought he was really, like, all
No
that.
one thought he was on that level. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was a young lion, and I think he left or something, then came back. I'm not fully aware of his history before then. I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on New Japan history at all in
Yeah.
general, but last 2 years I've tried to pay attention. But besides that, I think like nobody really expected that. Then he won the heavyweight title like 2 weeks after Tanahashi beat Omega for it at like their New Beginning show. Then he dropped it 2 months later to Okada. It was a weird time. Then he
Hmm.
was kind of in limbo, won the IC title. Then they had the whole double the last year's Wrestle Kingdom debacle, and he
Yeah.
lost. I think he lost the first night, then won the second night, and then he just kind of did jack shit for a bit. Well, COVID happened. Then he just kind of did jack shit for a bit. And now
Yeah.
we're here. He's kind of slowed down a bit. He's still one of their
Hmm.
top guys,
I was
but
about to say that too. It's like he really progressed to that main event level, and then he sort of regressed this year
yeah,
just a little bit.
not 100% his fault, but New Japan's
No.
kind of regressed in general too.
Yeah.
Uh, but at the same time, I think it wouldn't hurt him to stay for sure. He's one of their top guys. He's gonna remain one of their top guys for, at least for the time being. I don't know how he would do it, Dub Dub. I don't know.
Um, it depends where he goes, really.
I would.
If he goes straight to main, then probably not good.
Yeah, I don't know where he's gonna go. I don't know.
I feel like he's someone just that kind of works like uh sort of like AJ as like the leader of a faction or something.
Right,
And that's not really WWE's thing,
right. I
at least
think
not main
he
roster.
could. Um, I don't know if he'd go to NXT. That's what I'm the one thing I'm thinking of.
I think he's too big for NXT. It's the thing.
I would think he was too, but I also thought Adam Cole was too big for NXT, and then
I'm
Undisputed
sure,
happened.
like I wasn't really into New Japan at the time, but I'm sure people thought Shinsuke was probably too big for NXT
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
oh yeah. No,
Same
everyone
with
thought
Balor.
that's why Gallows, Anderson, Styles, they all went straight to main. And then Shinsuke was in NXT, but NXT kind of needed Shinsuke. Triple H even admitted that in an interview. He was only in NXT for as long as he was because NXT needed a top face, and they didn't have
Yeah.
one because Balor got called up.
I kind of like that right now, honestly.
Yeah, kinda. NXT's in a sort
We
of
need a
weird
true
state.
face,
Yeah, they don't really have one since Keith
and
got
that
called
isn't
up.
Jay White. So,
Yeah, no, Jay White is this bastard heel. Uh,
and to be fair, anyone that doesn't speak Japanese in New Japan's a heel.
well, yeah, but he's a really good
They
heel.
consider it disrespectful.
Well, no, some of them are faces. Kenny was a face at some point. The Elite were, but like every other guy's in your, they're either like
Mm.
young faces or heels, or they're
And he
like
only
grizzled
was face
heels.
after he showed that he could speak Japanese. So,
That is true. That's true. He was also part of Bullet Club, who were heels for like a solid 6 years or 5 years, 5 6 years before
yeah,
even thinking of being faces. Um, yeah, I if he
wrestling's just in a
goes,
weird place.
yeah, if he goes to Raw or SmackDown, I'd be a little concerned. If he shows up at the Rumble, which I don't think is physically possible unless they bought
No.
out his contract a few days early, then that'd be cool if he pulled an AJ. But I don't think it's not
The
contractually possible.
the only way I see it working is if they give him a Balor push when Balor went up to the main roster for the first time, and they just give him the title immediately.
Right, or at least put him in a high-end feud immediately, not Baron
Yeah.
Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, lower mid-card feud. Like I could see him if I had to place him in sort of the build of Mania this year. Let's hypothetically throw him in that scenario. I would either have him.
Who's he face? Seth?
That could be fun if Seth's coming back, which he was advertised like 2 weeks ago and still hasn't shown up. So you never
I
know.
think it'll probably be at the Rumble at this point.
Probably. Uh, Probably a scenario where his child was born, and he's like, well, I actually want a bit more time off than like 3 weeks, so that's probably why he was advertised and didn't show up. I would assume so. He'll probably show up for the Rumble. Whether he shows up after that or not, we'll see. Um, he could.
Owens.
That could be really fun. If they don't have any plans for Owens, sure. Have a face Owens and heel Jay White go at it at Mania. Give them like 15, 20 minutes to just kick the shit out of each other. I don't know if Mania is going to be 2 nights or not. I really hope it is, so we don't have another
I hope it is
6 hour
too.
show. They really did the 2 nights well last year, shockingly.
They did. Maybe one of the Mysterios.
Maybe? Because I don't think they have plans for the Mysterios now that Seth left. Like, Murphy hasn't been on TV. Dominic, I think, was that like Survivor Series.
Murphy would be a fun match.
Murphy would be a great match with Jay White.
I
There's a
want him to
lot
win
of
a title,
dream
though.
matches. Yeah, there's a lot of good matches that could happen. Hey, maybe
Well, WWE, like, they just are full of talent.
yeah, they have probably the most sacked roster in the world. They just don't really use half of them. Put him in a match with Ricochet.
That'd be fun.
Give him and Ricochet 20 minutes, even if it's on the kickoff show.
Aleister Black.
Or I think they forgot Alistair exists.
He doesn't exist.
No.
Huh.
I have a feeling he's going to leave anyway when his contract expires. Yeah. I mean, they fired his wife for wanting to keep streaming and have sort of a unionization of the wrestling industry, which is a topic for another time. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah,
Where's he go?
I don't know.
I only see him going to Smackdown.
I want him on Smackdown because it's the good main roster show right now.
I just think they need more main roster talent.
Yeah,
not main roster, main event talent.
Yeah.
Because Ross would be stacked when it comes to
him versus Reigns in a promo would be fun and a match, but Elimination Chamber, I think that's the next show after Rumble.
Yeah, I think that's in February.
I think it's either a Chamber, then Fastlane, or Fastlane, then Chamber, because there's no Saudi show. If it's Fastlane, then Chamber. Maybe have Jay White, if he signs hypothetically, debut at Fastlane and then be part of the Chamber. Could be fun.
Have him pull an Edge and just take someone out.
I'm pulling Edge and then just obliterate like Kevin Owens or something. Set up that Mania match. There you go.
Jay White versus Edge.
I don't know if I trust a Blade Runner to Edge.
You don't think so?
If he pulls if he does one that isn't just the Sister Abigail, yes, I think so. If he does one where he spikes them like he does in New Japan most of the time, no. They won't let him.
He won't be allowed to.
They'll probably give him a new finisher. He'll be like Jay Black and have they'll just flip his gimmick. Jay Black and then have like
Steve Blackman.
an STO or something. Jay Blackman. He'll be the kayfabe son of Steve Blackman. Yes.
Yeah, no. I don't know what he'd do in WWE.
I don't.
He doesn't have the face to be a top guy.
I don't think so.
Just when he has a beard.
Yeah, he has a beard right now.
So. But when he's shaved,
he looks like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be weird to see him there. It'd be weird to see him anywhere except New Japan. Honestly, he works really well in the New Japan setting.
I'll just bring up like dead people, but I feel like he'd almost fall into like when Brody Lee / Luke Harper had like a singles run, and he won an IC title.
Right.
I think that's all he would do.
Probably win the mid card titles, probably, or one of them. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be really insane if he just showed up to some other AEW or an Impact or either or, then work or both.
I think the favorite is that he resigns.
I think it is too. Either that or Dub. I don't see him going anywhere else.
No.
So New Japan would make sense. It's weird because they're doing it. It's sort of been an on-screen angle. It's not like unless their interviews aren't like scripted, but I'm pretty 99% sure they are. Like the post interviews they have.
Yeah.
So, or at least like planned out. Maybe not necessarily scripted. Maybe it's more improv. But they've mentioned it on screen. I know they're not dub. They won't just mention IRL things on screen. But
yeah.
They've mentioned it on screen, which makes me think they're either confident he'll resign or he has resigned and it's a story bit. So he has a return later. Because he said he's leaving after New Beginning. The second New Beginning show, I think, is at the end of January.
I know what they'd do with him.
So, what? What did they do?
They'd put him in a faction called Sanity, and then he would be brought up on the main roster, but the rest of the group would be separated from him.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're gonna put him in a tag team called the Switchblades with some random person on NXT. And they're gonna do nothing for 5 years, and he's gonna get released.
No, it won't be the Switchblade.
No,
It's
no,
Blade.
Switchblade Conspiracy. There you go. That'd be actually a cool faction name. I feel like that's probably a thing on the Indies.
Who would they pair him with?
I don't know. It's just the
Tyler
ideas that pop in
Breeze.
my head. Tyler Breeze, Brizongo.
Drake Maverick.
Ooh, here's a good one. Jackson Wright. Lars Sullivan. Yeah.
Sullivan. No, he could have some good matches down there, though.
Oh
in
no, he
NXT.
could. No, I think he could have good matches with any of their rosters. Him versus Drew would be fun, but I feel like the direction they're going, if Drew beats Goldberg, which please let him be Goldberg, is probably Drew Sheamus. I don't know if that's a Mania match, but I think that's the direction they're going.
I'm a little scared they'd have him try and save Retribution.
Ooh. Just name him Switchblade.
Because he sort of has that look.
Name him Switchblade.
He already wears black all the time anyways.
Yeah, I would. God, no, I hope not, dude. That's literally the worst position to put him in.
Yeah, but they would do it like what AEW did with Brody Lee.
Yeah, oh, at least they did something with Brody Lee. And Brody wanted to be the Exalted One. That's the two differences. I wonder if Eric
Yeah,
Redbeard.
but what would Jay White want to do?
I wonder if Eric Redbeard actually signed up for AEW, or that was a one-time thing. Just off topic. Who knows? But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what they do with Jay White and Dub Dub. He works perfectly as one of the top heels on New Japan, so I feel part of me. I'm assuming he resigns, but you never know in wrestling. I don't know why people still sign to Dub Dub. They see their careers go to die there, unless they just want the money, in which case I can respect it.
Yeah, like the only way to really have a career in WWE, you don't sign there because you want to go there. You
Yeah.
sign there because they want you there.
Mhm.
Like that's the only way you'll have a chance.
Yeah. AJ is one of the very few indie darlings to actually made it there as well. So
Yeah.
if you could put an
AJ
AJ
was just
great, but...
too popular not to push though.
Oh yeah, and I think Vince liked AJ at the time, so he gave him the run, and he did really, really well as Dub Dub champ. So I think
feel
that's
like
partly why.
Yeah. I feel like AJ is just like the biggest household name when it comes to people that made their name on the indies.
Oh yeah, he's also
Like
the
ever.
best wrestler in the world, but uh, or at least one of the best wrestlers in the world. You can argue someone else is best, but did he make PWI's #1, or was that someone else? It was either AJ or Drew. They like
this year?
2020. Yeah. I don't remember if it was him or it might have been Drew, because they like to keep kayfabe PWI. I don't remember. Maybe it was Adam Cole. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think Cole was #2. I don't remember. Either way, he's still great.
AJ was number 10.
Number 10? Really? Well, I guess if they take kayfabe into account, that's fair. He didn't do a whole lot in 2020. Post Boneyard match. I know he's IC champ, but it was kind of ruined a bit by COVID and him having to be gone for like a month. So there was
Moxley got #1 spot, which I think
Mox.
is fair.
Yeah, that's fair. He was AEW champ like 11 of the 12. Like, oh, actually, well, oh no, because he lost in December. Like 9 or 10 of the 12 months of the year, and I think lost like once, which is when he lost it to Omega. So that's fair.
Although they don't do like the actual PWI at like the end of the year. It's like just near the end of the year.
Yeah, I know. It's like I think it's up to the beginning of December or end of November, or something like that. So they may or may not have included his loss or not in that ranking. Either way, I still think he'd be number one. That's pretty fair.
Probably. I think that's fair.
Um. So yeah, I think that's Jay White reasonably stays in New Japan or goes to Dub Dub. I don't think he goes
Yeah,
anywhere
I don't
else.
think that he goes anywhere
So
else
it's
either. Where's
just
he gonna
what he
go?
does is the
Go to
question really.
NLW.
Yeah. Um. Moving on from that though, let's talk about SmackDown. Mostly because it was actually a pretty fun show, in my
Yep.
opinion. Start off with Big E and Apollo for the IC title, which they did a fake out finish, which I wasn't the biggest fan of because it looked botched. But then the part after that, after the actual finish, where Apollo or Big E was like, "Yeah, whatever. I mean, good," because it ended in a draw. It was a double pin. Um, after a superplex, I believe. I think it was a superplex.
Sounds about right.
It was either a suplex or a superplex. Either way, doesn't matter. Big E was like, okay, whatever, good game, man. And then instead of shaking his hand or giving it a fist bump, I can't remember which, Apollo slapped him. And then Big E going from his normal persona to needs five Big E, sort of serious Big E immediately. And then the match continues. He
Serious
wins.
E.
The match was pretty fun. Even the highlights on YouTube is a fun show. Because, like, both men look pretty good. I don't know whether Apollo. I mean, he's definitely. I think they definitely like Apollo. I don't know if they have plans
They
to give him
seem
a
to.
title, but yeah, it was a really fun match. This SmackDown was just all like mostly in ring action. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Which we're mostly just
Um,
referencing in ring. Next was
well,
tag title match.
well, before we move on, I want to say that like with his U.S. Championship run, I think in the eyes of
Oh, Paul.
creative, Apollo sort of like he's trusted now. He's one of the guys they trust if they need someone just as like a short term.
I think so, yeah, and that's
Just
pretty. That's
sort of
great to
like how
see,
AJ is with the main event scene. He's like
right?
that figure with the mid card scene.
That's great to see too, because he was a fun U.S. champ. He had fun
Yeah,
run. He's good at the ring. I'm happy he started to do things in 2020 because he always had the in ring talent. It's just they
it's
never
just his
really,
character.
yeah, they never gave him a character to work with or help him develop a character. Doesn't help. He spent less than a year in NXT because
Yeah, seems like they're turning him heel. Maybe, maybe. He did just kind of slap Biggie across the face.
he was kind of pissed about the finish. And then see, I like Big E's sort of dynamic character though, where he's like sort of New Day Big E, fun loving, but wants to win and stuff. And then he gets really serious when you piss him off. I like that sort of dynamic. So he's not necessarily a heel, but he can be serious
Yeah,
when he needs to be, which is a good baby face. Sort of like Drew. Drew's been a solid baby face, top baby face on Raw. So just off topic there, but yeah, this is fun. I'm
yeah.
interested to see what they do with Biggie and Apollo, sort of going forward, because it seems Biggie's thankfully done with Zayn. Um, which it was a.
Nothing on saying. It's
Well, no,
just
I just want him to defeat other people because their feud's sort of been off and on for like 3 months since he
yeah,
got drafted to SmackDown in like I think October.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So tag title match next: Profits and Rudolph. Rudolph won, and I was kind of shocked.
Shocked. Yeah.
Yeah, the team that was put together. I saw the argument online that, not all tag teams are all tag teams are signed. Some are made, and that Rudolph makes sense as a team, but it really doesn't because they compared him to the Bar, but the Bar had built up to becoming a team.
Yeah, they
Rudolph were
did a
just kind
best
of
of
paired
seven
together.
series.
Yeah, and they weren't even like a.
Although,
You can go.
yeah, they weren't like a. They weren't. I don't know. They're weird.
Well,
Weird
they
tag
had
team.
built up to their team because they had the best of seven. They it was a no contest or draw or whatever in the final.
Yeah.
Then they got the tag title shot. They didn't win, and they also weren't on the same page. So they spent the next couple of months trying to get on the same page. Finally, winning the tag titles was what they needed. So there was a story going
Mm-hmm.
into their tag title win. They also ended New Day's over a year long title reign.
Yep.
So there was a story to it, and that's why they worked as a team. Also, Sheamus and Sarge, pretty solid.
They're
They're
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really worked out. They had built up to their team. Rudolph was just kind of paired together on Raw.
Rudolph's been paired together forever now. It
It's
feels
been
like.
yeah. They, I think it was 2 years ago now. I think it was
Oh,
2019 because they threw them together. Was it the feud? It was I forget when they specifically did it. It was because Braun and Seth's feud. They won the tag titles, and then they defended them and also faced off for the UV title at a pay per view last year. That sounds
Mm,
right. I don't remember if it is or not. It was before Seth and Fiend. I know that. I think it
yeah.
was what was between
It's
Hell
been
in a
over a
Cell and
year now.
SummerSlam. Yeah, it was been over a year. They've just been randomly paired, and they completely forgot about the team while by Rudolph's glorious member, Robert Bobby Roode, um, was injured, and Dolph did his thing with Otis and did all these other things. Then they magically brought the team back when Robert was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels so random. It feels more random than Cesaro and Shinsuke. Because at least they were paired of Zayn, and the faction kind of made sense from a sort of it had a little bit of build up.
They're foreign, so they're a
Yeah.
team.
Well, besides that, they at least were a good team because Shinsuke and Cesaro are once again both really good. Not that Bobby and I'm sorry, Robert and Dolph aren't. It just feels way more random. Also,
Yeah, their
Dolph
personalities are different.
Dolph jobs out to everyone. So and Bobby hasn't done anything significant since his main roster debut, basically.
Dolph had a
So
weird 2020.
he did. He won like 3 matches, but were in pretty big storylines.
Yeah, he was in a storyline with Drew
Yeah.
at
After winning
Money in.
literally one match,
What pay-per-view was that at?
Extreme Rules Horror Show.
Yeah,
I only remember
because
because Extreme Rules Horror
Drew
Show.
was like, yeah, Drew was like handcuffed or something. Like could
It
only get
was
20 minutes.
no, I think it was like no DQ for just Dolph.
Right, yep.
Yeah,
I knew he had some sort of handicap, and for some reason my brain just went to handcuffs.
yeah. Everyone, I mean, and it was expected like a Claymore was banned or something, so it was a fun change
Yeah,
than what everyone
it was
expected.
a decent, like, it was a fun enough match. It just
It was fun, yeah.
Dolph's sort of moment is past.
It has, yeah. It's been past a couple years. The last like time I think people were actively behind him was his feud of Miz at the beginning of
Yeah,
SmackDown Draft or SmackDown Live.
yeah,
I
like
think,
2018, 17.
bro, that was 2016.
Yeah,
That was a half a decade
it's like
ago.
5 years ago.
That was
Jesus,
half a decade ago.
that's crazy.
I'm old.
Oh,
uh, we're gonna be legally adults this year. That's insane to think about. Oh,
yeah.
Lord. Yeah.
All right, down.
Moving on. The
The
tag title
gauntlet
match
match.
happened. Yeah, but we're moving on to the gauntlet, and the one thing we didn't cover, there was a backstage segment. I guess Sonya's like a WWE personnel now. That's her new gimmick. So
Hmm.
she took Adam Pearce. Then Heyman said he pulled strings and hit Pearce in Gauntlet. So yeah,
Yeah.
it started off with Zayn and Mysterio, and I watched like all the highlight and stuff. I don't watch the product. Come on now, I don't watch it live. I look at the results after and read up on it for like an hour. Save myself some time. Basically Zayn cut promo, be like, Dub Dub let me in this shockingly, but they made me number one. Here's my cameraman. He do thing that and isn't biased. Then Zayn got in the ring, 619 splash, and is eliminated by Mysterio. He pulled a JBL
As I was gonna say,
09.
he pulled a
Yeah,
JBL.
I think it was 09 or 08 or some shit. Yeah. And then Shinsuke and Mysterio had a thing. Shinsuke eliminated him. It was pretty fun. Then Shinsuke v Bryan, which was the highlight for most people, was really fun. Um, Even the highlights that I saw, it looked like a really fun match.
Mhm.
Shinsuke was able to win after a second Kinshasa out of nowhere, which looked brutal as hell. Shinsuke was really looking like a babyface here. I hope this is a babyface turn and they start caring about Shinsuke. It'd be great. And isn't just a one night thing. Then it was Shinsuke Corbin, which I expected Corbin to win just so he can be pinned by Adam Pearce and be haha funny. Corbin lost to an official that doesn't wrestle. But Shinsuke won again. Then Reigns, Heyman, and Uce come out. Jey Uce. They beat up Shinsuke. Pierce comes out. They beat up Pierce. They put Pierce over Shinsuke, and Pierce wins.
And we
Adam,
all sigh in unison.
yeah, Adam Pierce versus Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Title. It's gonna be funny because it's actually gonna be probably a decent match because Pierce used to be a wrestler before signing with Dub Dub. He was a 5-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion in the mid 2000s. You know, the thing that meant so much. Um,
Yep.
yeah, he was part of Ring of Honor for a spell. He wrestled Bryan Danielson and all of them back then. So it's not like he's a bad wrestler. So
He's
it's
gonna
gonna be
get
fun.
pummeled most likely though.
Probably they're probably not gonna let him actually wrestle.
Probably
Um,
not.
but if they did, it'd be a fun match. Obviously, Adam Pearce is gonna win. Obviously, no, Reigns is
Roll up
gonna.
pin.
Yeah, that's how they do Reigns Goldberg. Have them both lose at the Rumble instead of
Yep.
having them both win. Have them both lose.
That'd be funny.
Then we get Drew, Adam Pearce, and the Rumble winner in a triple threat for both belts at Mania. Yes,
And Adam Pearce wins both belts.
yes. It's not Goldberg. It's a different bald man. Yeah, no. I mean, it was actually a really good gauntlet. Shinsuke looks like an absolute top face, and if they've really been good at making top faces, just to have them get crushed, like right after their big moment or big feud. Kevin Owens.
I mean, Shinsuke versus Cesaro would be fun if you gave it time.
Oh yeah, they gave that time. Put it on the Rumble. Give it 20 minutes. If you don't want it on the main show, if you want to give it, if it takes it going on the kickoff to give it time, do it. Let them kick each other's ass, and
Let them
then
actually do the strong style
yes, because Shinsuke
instead of
Cesaro could be
WWE.
a main event classic, but you know it's just dub. Yeah, so that's SmackDown. Shinsuke looked
Yeah.
good. I'm interested to see if it's a one night thing or if Shinsuke actually does something going into the Rumble. I have a feeling he'll be in the Rumble. Maybe that's where they do the Shinzaro or Bar 2.0 split, possibly. Although they don't really have any
Possibly.
tag teams anyway, but Vince never cared about the tag division.
Nope.
Um,
We could do
obviously,
predictions for who wins the Rumble.
Grand Medal.
Grand Metalik.
It's gonna win the Rumble. No, serious predictions for the who would win the Rumbles. Women's that no one cares about.
Charlotte.
Probably.
I think it's gonna be Charlotte.
Probably.
I don't think Asuka's gonna be on the show,
It doesn't
just
look
at
like it.
all. And I think Charlotte's just gonna be in the Rumble and win, because why wouldn't she?
They really haven't built a lot of matches besides like the main titles and
Yeah.
the Rumbles. So.
Mania's looking really up in the air this year. It doesn't seem
Oh
like they
yeah.
really have the booking down for it like they normally do.
Well, to be fair, I rewatched last year's Rumble pay per view and it only had 5 matches. So you never know. Maybe they just
Yeah.
don't want to book much because their Rumbles will go a while. The Rumbles are going to be interesting with no crowd.
Yeah.
It's either going to be
That's gonna
really
be
bad
weird.
or be really interesting. Like, they could do some cinematic shit with the Rumble, and that'd be fun.
They could. I suppose that depends on if the Fiend's gonna be there.
No, don't
If he's
worry. They'll revisit that because they're revisiting Randy Drew on Raw.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing Randy Drew number 69. So, that'll
Funny
be
number.
fun. Yeah, I really want to see Fiend come back, actually, like, burn up. Maybe new mask if they want to
New
do
mask,
that.
yeah.
Torn clothes, burn clothes. That'd be amazing. Be fun.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna honestly keep Fiend Orton going either till Mania or till like right before Mania. Depends if Edge gets back. I feel like because I feel like he's either coming back in the Rumble for the second year in a row,
We haven't heard like
or
anything on Edge.
yeah, I know, but the injury he had was like a 6 to 8 month. So it
Yeah.
fits the time frame either right before
Yeah.
Mania or now or in that time frame. Because he was out. I think June was Backlash. I think it was June. So, yeah, it fits the time frame.
I think Backlash was May, because June's the Money in the Bank.
Well, they did Money in the Bank first this year or last year,
Right? Yeah, they did, didn't they?
so I think it was June. Yeah. So yeah, that
Stupid
fits. That's about 7-ish months, 8 months. So yeah, it's possible he comes back at the Rumble, or if they don't want to do that
He's definitely
again.
not winning the Rumble though.
Oh no, definitely not. I think I don't know who actually wins the men's Rumble.
All I can see is like Keith. I don't see who else wins.
I got like maybe 3 or 4. Biggie's
Unless they're
out
gonna have
because he's
Goldberg
IC
win.
champ. Yeah, I know. Part of me thinks they might just have Goldberg lose to Drew and win the Rumble to do Reigns.
Yeah.
Goldberg. One of my other ones that are possible is Keith. And then
Brock.
Brock, maybe. I
He
wouldn't.
comes back.
They're not going to give Shinsuke another Rumble win. They could do Kevin Owens. If they wanted to keep Owens' reigns going to Mania, which they really could with the story they did.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're doing Owens. They might do Owens Uso at Rumble.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens just because he's on the roster. And I want to see Owens. Owens' reigns would be fun.
That's fair. I think it's got to be Keith. Like,
I would love to see Keith too, yeah.
the only thing I'm scared of is Drew drops a title and it ends up being Keith Goldberg.
Oh, no.
See, what I wish they would have done is instead of like Goldberg coming back and challenging, we could have had Brock come back and challenge. Because then I'm fine if Brock
That
wins.
would have made sense from a story perspective, too.
Because last year at the Rumble, Keith and Brock had the moment.
Yeah, and then you get Keith Brock Mania, and you get Drew McIntyre v Bork Laser rematch, which could be story things. Although if Brock's gonna come back, I feel like it'd make more sense because Paul's with Roman to do Roman Brock, with Brock being the weird face, part-time face that nobody wants to get behind.
Yeah, I'm not saying like if Brock came back, I'm not saying Keith wins at Mania. I
Right.
think you have him win at like SummerSlam or something.
I mean, if they want, I wouldn't be opposed to him winning at Mania, but yeah, I see what you mean.
I just don't think you have Brock come back to lose. I think when he comes back, he's winning.
Yeah,
Unless they're gonna do him
so,
on like a show by show basis, then he'll probably lose.
right. I don't know. I
Brock's interesting.
think, yeah, I think that's a good wrap up point. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit an hour. That was what we were shooting for. That's wrestling and stuff. I'm sure Justin will be back on the future and we'll rant about wrestling some more.
Yeah, that's
For the
just sort of
time
a different
being,
one.
I'll be taking a 3-week break. Because I'm gonna be doing a story time next week. And then I'm gonna be tackling the big ass story of my middle school friend group that consists of Bio Nemesis, Fast Hunter, and a couple other people that don't have YouTube channels or had YouTube channels. So that'll be fun. There's your announcement for my next 3 Tuesday videos, because the story for the middle school friend group / freshman year of high school friend group is going to take 2 videos, because I don't want to make them super long. My limit will be like 25 minutes. Hey, it's a watch. That's my cue to
It's
go.
midnight.
I actually was banking on that one, because that would tell me when I need to end, because I do need to sleep sometime. I'm kind of tired because of work. But anyways, subscribe and likes and all that fun jazz. Go drop your Twitch Prime on my Twitch so you can get PogChamp or something if you want. Don't actually have to do that.
Yo,
I know
Pog
Tommy in
Champ.
it exists. You gotta give all your Prime subs to Tommy in it. And yeah, I'm gonna go sleep, and I will see you guys in the next JO3 show in like 3 weeks, or in some of my other content.